What's good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, representing Pump Chasers. Also, you might hear a little snoring. Bruno was under my desk. He's taking a little nap, and I really don't want to wake him up and bother him. If he's tired, I'm gonna let him sleep. So I hope you don't mind the snoring in the background. You know, he had a lot of treats. He's full. He got the itis, and he's taking him a little nap. Hope you guys don't mind. So anyway, man, you see the title of the video, and what we're gonna do is talk about sodium. Don't you worry about sodium. Don't you worry about sodium. And they also asked me, how much sodium would I suggest taking in? There's a big misconception going on that sodium is bad for you. Now, maybe if you're on fucking steroids, because you know, steroids, depending on your genetics or whatnot, it can actually raise your blood pressure. Or if you have high blood pressure to begin with, yes, you may need to go ahead and look into your sodium intake. But if you're a natural person and you're perfectly healthy, sodium should be the least of your worries. Now let me tell you this, depending on where you live, everybody's gonna have their recommended daily allowances, but in America, the recommended daily allowance for a perfectly healthy human, adult male or female, is around 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams of sodium a day. All right, now check this out. Believe it or not, most of us, especially in America, we take in much more sodium than that. The average human consumption of sodium, it ranges from about 3,500 to 4,000 milligrams a day. And a lot of that has to do with because out here we have so much processed stuff. I believe in the UK and other countries as well, they don't have those fat-free cheeses and stuff we have easy access to. That could possibly be a good thing, you know, cutting out a lot of that processed extra bullshit stuff, you know, fake cheeses and things like that may be good for you and good for your health in the long run. Now, there's not a whole bunch of studies backing that up, but it only makes sense, you know. But the point I'm trying to make is, Americans, we tend to take much more sodium than that. Right? Even me, I take in much more sodium than 2,500 milligrams a day, right? So the question is, how much sodium should we take in? Well, the whole sodium myth came in from fitness. Sodium is given a bad rep because, you know, when you're trying to peak for a show or you're trying to dry out for a photo shoot or whatnot, people tend to watch their sodium. So people are like, I don't want to hold water. I don't want to take in a bunch of sodium. Well, guys, unless you're under, and I mean unless you're under 10% body fat, I'm talking like maybe 8% or lower, you shouldn't worry about that shit anyway. Just drink plenty of water. Now, and if y'all want me to touch on how to peak for a photo shoot, or I might put a couple pictures on the screen, but if y'all want to talk about how to peak for a photo shoot, you know, get that muscle looking full, kind of get some of that water from under the skin, look tight and ripped temporarily for a day or two, comment below. I would love to do a fun video telling you about that, you know. But unless you're peaking for a photo shoot or for a show and you're really fucking lean, don't worry about that bullshit, okay? Let's stick to the point of the video. How much sodium should you take in a day as a normal, natural, healthy adult? Now keep in mind, the recommended daily suggestion is 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams a day. But that suggestion is for regular people. And what I mean by regular people, people who don't work out, they're not athletes, just your typical average Joe or average Jane. Average Joe or average Jane, people who just go to work, come home, take care of the kids, whatever the fuck they do, watch their favorite TV show, and go to bed. Not active whatsoever. You know, those people may want to keep their sodium levels around that range. But what you don't realize, guys, is if you're an athlete, someone who runs, who sweats a lot, someone who lifts weights, Any type of physical activity where you're using your muscles and you're sweating, you need more sodium than the average person. So 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams may not be enough if you're active. If you're actually in the gym 4 to 5 days a week, or you're doing cardio, or you're training in a hot environment, you need more sodium. Why? Get the salt, guys. Sodium has electrolytes. One thing people don't notice is several things have to go right in the body in order to achieve that juicy, sexy pump that you desire. Everybody thinks it's all carbs. No. What gives you a sexy, juicy pump is one, your fluid intake has to be on point. You have to have enough water in the body to make the muscle swell, right? Then your potassium levels have to be balanced. Then you have to get enough carbs, because in the bloodstream, the carbs turn into glycogen. What fuels the muscles is glycogen. So obviously you need carbs. Carbs turn into glycogen. And last but not least, the most underestimated piece of the puzzle is sodium. Sodium and glycogen works together. So if your sodium levels aren't, high enough, they aren't even at least balanced, your pump is gonna be subpar. I've heard stories about people, and I bet this is a nightmare. You diet for several weeks for a fucking show. Here comes fucking show day. Here comes fucking show day. You've been dieting 15, 20 weeks. It's fucking show day. And you can't get a pump for shit. Your pump will not last. You're backstage. You're doing a fuckload of band curls, a fuckload of push-ups, and you're not getting that sexy, juicy pump, right? Then the very next day, you wake up after having your cheat meal and you're like, what the fuck? I'm fucking pumped. That's because there's a lot of sodium in those cheat meals. When you go out to eat, they put so much salt in that shit. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why so many people tend to look a little better the next day. Because stress levels are dropped. Because, cortisol raises stress. Whole topic for a whole other video, but your stress levels are dropped, but most of all, you're adding more to the equation. Not only are you getting more carbs, but now you're getting sodium. So when I have people do shows and they're trying to pump up for show day, I like to have them do rice cakes with peanut butter, because there's salt in peanut butter. So you got a little fat to slow the release of the carbs. And then you got carbs itself, and then you got a little salt in the peanut butter. That's one of the best carb up tools for show day. Again, y'all want to hear about how to dry out, how to peak for a photo shoot or a show, I'm gonna need some comments in the comment section, and I'm gonna need those fucking likes. Last time I asked for likes, y'all looked out for your boy. I really appreciate y'all supporting me, man. But yeah, man, I'm trying to make this, man. Not trying to make this video too fucking long. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes. So let's go back over this. The average human consumption should be about 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams a day. But you can take much more than that if you're actually active. I'm assuming if you're watching these videos, you are active. So unless you got high blood pressure or on steroids, do not worry about sodium intake. Think about it like this, guys, and I'm gonna send you guys on your way. Your body's very smart. At all times, it wants to create balance. Some people may call it homeostasis. It's all about balance, guys. If you drink too much water, what's gonna happen? You're gonna pee all day. If you don't drink enough water, your body's gonna hold water. Same with sodium. You take in excess sodium, you're just gonna pee the excess out if you drink plenty of water. Don't worry about it. Just keep it consistent. Just keep your sodium levels consistent and you'll be all right. The only time you should worry about manipulating your sodium intake at all is if you're peaking for a photo shoot or you're peaking for a show. Unless you're really fucking lean to where your obliques are fucking peeled, you got serratus popping, you got veins all in your lower abs, you shouldn't even worry about peaking. Just keep your sodium levels consistent, keep your water intake consistent, and you will be fine. Hope this video was helpful. Any more questions, comment below, and I'll try to answer them. Or shit, I might make another video. Alright? Again, if y'all want to talk about peaking for photo shoots or peaking for shows, comment below and I'll help you guys out with that. See, I like to make videos that's gonna help the mass majority of people, and I feel like only a small percentage of you guys actually compete. But I still think it can be an interesting video. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to go to the fucking gym. I'll holler at y'all later. Don't forget to like my shit. Comment, subscribe. Buy 30 of them bitches. Bruno, he's over here taking a nap, and when he wakes up, he's gonna be like, damn, Chris, what a motherfucking treats. I'll back at your boy.